Today we are working with our crosshatch lines, and as I did in the parallel line lesson, I'm going to start in the center of my chart once again for my values. I am going to pick a 2. I think that's probably what I used for my value chart. Crosshatch lines, I'm going to go at an angle just because that's comfortable for me. And let me lay these lines in here. Now, why, you may ask, am I spacing these lines so far apart? It's spaced more like the value next door to it than what I did up above. But if you think about it, the parallel line, the crosshatch lines, we're laying them over top of each other. So we're going to put twice as many lines in here. So I'm going to start out with fewer lines underneath and then lay these again. Over top. And how about that? Now it's close to this value. We're doubling up our lines. Let's do another one. Let's move down to a lighter line. I want to use, I'll use this 2 again. Alright, so I'm going to look at my spacing once again, and I'm going to lay my lines out with a little bit of a gap in between them. There we go. Tricky, eh? Alright, I'll do one more. I'm going to come up here to my heavy lines. I'm going to use a heavier pen. Okay. Now I'm using the same weight of pen line to go both directions. You don't have to do that. You can switch up your pens and your pen weights. I think I need to add, I'll wait till I'm done and take a look at it. I might need to add a few more lines in here to get it darker. My gap might be a little bit I'm thinking that's more like this one, so I'm going to use my I can grab a fine pen, and I can go over that and add some more lines to it. Actually, before I do that, if you notice, this has a coarser look to it. I'm going to zoom in. There we go. Alright, so this has a coarser look to it, and perhaps that would work for a burlap fabric. This one's kind of finer. Maybe this looks more like a screen door, something like that. And you can, if you want something that is dark but finer looking, you could do your darker value using a thin pin. It'll take a lot more lines to get there, but you'll get to where you're going and you'll have a little bit of a different look to it. So I'm just going to add a few more lines in here so I'm satisfied. I want I have an idea in my head of what I want my lines to look like. There. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Another way that you can do cross-hatching lines on your value chart, I suggest you come down and do another one, and this time let's go another direction on top of it. So I'm going to repeat this same, I'm going to jump over again with my value area. I'm going to lay the lines down similar to what I did before. Are you wishing I had a speed up button on my video? I'm going to crosshatch this. On my editing software, which I'm not very good at, I noticed that there is a slow motion option for me, but I don't see a speed it up option. So maybe as I learn more, I'll get more sophisticated equipment, but now you got this. Alright, so we have a very similar, that looks like the same value right here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another layer. And I'm going to start having it look more like a honeycomb or a diamond pattern. And add yet another. Okay, so now I have 3 layers of lines, and even though my spacing was way over here, like this one was, by adding a 3rd layer of lines, we're moving over to a deeper value. So you can do another line chart, another line on your value chart, and you're going to have a whole lot of fun line options to work with.